Hey, what is going on, guys? We have the 84th Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. I brought myself an RU team. We got the Rotom-M, the Drapion, the Hitmontop, Cofagrigus, Slowking, and Steelix. My opponent has a UU team. He got Flygon, Cofagrigus, Snorlax, Mega Sharpedo, Aromatisse, and Ninetales. Now, technically, Ninetales is an NU. However, Drought is banned in NU, but I know for a fact this Ninetales has Drought. So I don't know, is this Ninetales still in NU or OU? I really don't know. Anyways, my opponent's actually going to lead off with the Drought Firefox. You know what's really sad? I actually really loved, and I still do, I really like Ninetales before and now, thanks to Drought. But it's kind of fucking sad because it simply got overshadowed by like Mega Charizard line. But anyways, he actually went for the flamethrower. Now I'm scarfed. My Rotom-M is scarfed, but turns out I guess that Ninetales is also scarfed. I'm carrying the assault vest. Even in the sun, it's not gonna kill me. It's not even gonna do half. That's how fucking beast mode Hitmontop is. I'm gonna go for the close combat. I thought I could kill, but I couldn't. But that's okay, because I do have that priority Mach Punch. My opponent actually could have switched into Cofagrigus here to block that Mach Punch, but hey, he didn't, so down goes the Ninetales. I love Ninetales. Ninetales, you're so amazing, but you gotta go down. Now here comes the Flygon. I'm not really sure what he can do to me, make me an outrage. My best bet is actually just go into my own Cofagrigus. It's a defensive wall, so even an outrage won't do too much. Turns out he actually went for a Fire Punch. It's very admirable since it is in the sun, so this Flygon is very, sunny day friendly, and that's really awesome. But even Fire Punch in the sun is not gonna hurt Cofagrigus. My opponent is gonna switch out. He doesn't even go for U-turn, so I'm thinking this Flygon's probably banded or scarfed. Moving on, he's gonna go into the Aromatisse. That's actually really smart. Sometimes Aromatisse do carry the, what do you call that? The heal bell? Or aromatherapy, there you go. So naturally he can actually heal his burn. We'll see what kind of Aromatisse this is, but as you'll see, I'm switching out, in case he wants to land a Toxic on me. I'm gonna have to go into Steelix. I'm immune to Toxic, but not to mention, I'm a Steel type, which is very strong against Fairy type. Turns out, it's a dual screen. Of course it is. I fought this opponent once, and I actually uploaded it. It's the same team again, but this time, I'm using my RU team, because I love using my RU team. I love this Steelix. I think Steelix is one of the most underrated Pokemon ever. I mean, look how badass that is. How can you say no to that? He actually goes for it flanked, while I'm going to go for Stealth Rocks. So he does have two screens up, but at least I got my layer of rocks on her side of the field. And now, yes, the Aromatisse turns out does not have aromatherapy, so this burn is kicking its ass. Switching out, who is she gonna send out? Of course, the Flygon. Flygon obviously has Earthquake. I am Steelix though, so technically I could take it. I really should have went for a Gyro Ball, but hey, it's all good. I'm gonna get out of here. I know I can take one Earthquake pretty darn well, but why should I? Because Cofagrigus can take it even better. Unfortunately, my levitating Rotom has fainted, so I no longer have anything that's levitating. Turns out he didn't even go for Earthquake, he wanted Dragon Claw. That's sweet and all. It's still not doing quite enough, and I can actually go for another Will-O-Wisp. My opponent switches out. Let's see what he's gonna bring out this time. And yes, the Aromatisse comes again. I'm thinking, fine, Aromatisse. I really hope that he was gonna switch out into something a little bit healthier, simply so I can heal more. But I gave him like 2 HP points. Not that it really matters again. So we know this Aromatisse is more of a dual screener, probably holding the light clay and all. I'm thinking, what the fuck can I do? I'm gonna outspeed it and not quite kill it. Turns out he has Draining Kiss. Still don't know what's his 4th move. Obviously not aromatherapy or Wish. That's great. I'm just gonna contract Mummy to him. Not that it really matters. And grab a little bit more leftovers. I can't do too much to this Aromatisse, but at the same time, neither can this Aromatisse. I just gotta let it die, and my opponent here I really thought she was just gonna let this Aromatisse die. I mean, it set up screens. Why else does it need to be alive? It's only sitting at such low HP, but hey, he does what he wants. Turns out he went into Snorlax. Obviously, Snorlax is immune to Hex. That's pretty sweet. It's a really admirable play. You got a free switch. But I'm just thinking, what could that Aromatisse still do? Regardless, I will outspeed the Snorlax. And I will hit him up with that burn. If he wants to go for a crunch, that's fine by me. It's not going to do quite enough. He is burned after all. Look at that. Cofagrigus. Holy crap. That did what, like 10 HP? 15? That's ridiculous. And now his thick bat has become Mummy. I can't go for a Hex. You know, it's my only attacking move, but as long as I burned it, that's pretty much all good. Unless the Snorlax has rest, then I'm a little bit fucked. I'm switching out. Who am I going to switch out to? Obviously, I'm going to switch into Hitmontop. If he wants to go for a crunch, that's even better. Not only is my opponent burned, but now he's intimidated. But turns out he actually went for the belly drum. That evens it out just a little bit, but not too much. And from this range, I'm thinking, well, a close combat might just be able to take this Snorlax out. We'll see. We'll see. Can I actually take out this Snorlax? Yes, his Reflect has finally worn off, so actually it's just enough. Thank God the screens have worn off, and down goes the Snorlax. He did contract the Mummy back to me, so it's going all kinds. It's like STDs, man. I'm just contracting like all of us, thanks to my stupid Cofagrigus. Speaking of Cofagrigus, my opponent's gonna bring out her own Cofagrigus. Obviously, I can't do anything to it. I don't have Sucker Punch. Not to mention, I don't want to get burned, nor do I want this Cofagrigus to set up. Turns out he's going to go for Calm Mind. That's pretty cool. Now, my Drapion, you guys should be familiar. If you guys are a regular Repel Games viewer, you guys should know that my Drapion usually carry the Lumberry. If this Cofagrigus wants to go for a Willows, that's fine by me. Whatever. I'm going to take this opportunity to go for a Swords Dance. He actually stays in. Very confident of my opponent. And he does go for a Shadow Ball. It's pretty much like his only attack, really. Cofagrigus don't have too much of a, you know, moveset. But one Calm Mind Shadow Ball isn't gonna do quite enough to Drapion, and one Swords Dance knockoff is going to demolish Drapion. Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus is one hell of a defensive wall, but it is no match for Drapion. Do knock off his leftovers, and now my opponent's gonna go into the Aromatisse. We really should have let the Aromatisse die earlier, but it's all good. I'm gonna clean up this Aromatisse right here with that Poison Jab. +2 Swords Dance, Poison Jab, down goes the Aromatisse. And now my opponent's gonna send out the Sharpedo. That's really fucking scary. But I know I can outspeed regular Sharpedo. Turns out he didn't even go for Protect. And actually, it's just enough to finish off Sharpedo. And now here comes the Flygon, and still fly. And I'm thinking, well, it's his last Pokemon. It's actually my opponent's last Pokemon. You know, whatever. I'm not gonna switch out. Obviously, I don't take that Earthquake, but that's all good. Because now I can get a free switch, and I'm gonna go into Hitmontop, drop his attack so that his attacks are rendered useless. And turns out this Flygon is not banded or scarfed. He went for a superpower. That's all good. I think Earthquake would have been a little bit better, but hey, thanks for dropping that defense. I'm able to finish off this Flygon, and down it goes. Nonetheless, this was one hell of a match. Give a huge thumbs up to my opponent On for bringing this really cool team. You guys like this RU versus UU battle? Please let me know by liking this video. As always, please comment and subscribe. Have an awesome day.